All right. Coming up on today's edition of the Art Business Mornings, which sometimes happens in the afternoon. It is again the afternoon. We're talking about the flywheel defined. Okay. We're going to define the flywheel, how we are designing for it, and why it matters. It makes me want to have a coffee. Boys, it's the afternoon. We got to have a water this time. We got to have a water. Look, sometimes the Art Business Mornings happens in the afternoon. Okay, we're busy. You gotta call audibles occasionally. And for a first time ever on the Art Business Mornings, we have 4 of us. Okay, we have the original 2 plus an additional 2, 4. So Nick and I have the honor, the prestige, the privilege of welcoming Taylor and Taylor.
Yep.
Okay. Now right. This has created some nomenclature issues in the organization. We had them sorted out. So bottom left-hand corner down there is TS. Bottom right-hand corner down there is TE. Okay. And we're talking today about the marketing flywheel, the flywheel defined. There is nothing I hate more than buzzwords. Okay. I get it. This is a new buzzword. I think to give this some context, we have to talk about what a flywheel is in real life. And then we have to talk about how marketing has jacked this concept and created their own version of it. So I want to define both of them, both of which I think are really good. Then what we're going to do is we're going to talk about some new learnings that we have as an organization that we think are incredibly powerful. Now, these things might sound a little self-serving at first concept, but I think it's really important, the takeaways that you'll get, customer or non, from this session based on learning and iteration and how quickly you can improve. And I think it's something that can apply across the board to just about anyone. So let's talk about what a flywheel is. Okay. And I'm just going to do 2 quick instantaneous Google definitions. Okay. A flywheel is a machine that reserves rotational energy by resisting changes in the rotation speed. Okay. The stored energy is proportionate to whatever. None of that matters. That's what you get when you actually Google it like normal. It's a machinery term. It's a big spinning wheel at the end of the day, right? Now, let's talk about the flywheel as it pertains to marketing. And I think this is amazing. And the subtitle is the new growth and revenue model for business. Okay. But this is the definition that I think is amazing. Unlike the funnel that puts customers as an afterthought in marketing and sales strategy, the flywheel model puts them at the heart, keeping customers happy, allowing them to drive referrals and helping the company make sales. And I think one of the most amazing things that we've figured out about this journey is that if you create successful customers, you build a big business. So how does it apply? What is so incredible about this? Everything that we do to try and grow our business, Art Storefronts, 100% applies directly to the artists. We need to get more leads. The artist needs to get more leads. We need to grow the business. The artists need to grow the business. If we create successful, happy customers, our business grows. If the artist or photographer creates successful, happy customers, they get more referrals. They build more collectors. They grow the business. So let's talk about what we've done. And here's how I want to kind of prepare the ambush. I want everyone's perspective on this because I think it's a profound learning. I'll go to you first, Nick, and then we'll go to ST so we can keep it kind of connect the dots grid style. We create playbooks, okay? And they're very good. And the reason we know they're very good is because we're good at marketing, number 1. And number 2, we run the playbooks after we create them with an actual customer. We get the results and we're like, oh man, this is a home run, okay? We teach it to our customers, how to run a live art show, how to do Facebook ads, how to have a flash sale. It doesn't matter. These examples abound. And what happens is that we teach them on a Zoom session, okay? A whole bunch of people go out and run them. They come back and then we get responses on one end. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I cannot even believe what I learned. I can't even believe what I just achieved and I accomplished. I sold 8 pieces, 10 pieces, 15 pieces. And then we get some people that are like, complete crickets. Complete crickets. I learned nothing. I didn't get anything done. It's not working. And our normal response, pre-flywheel, let's call it pre-flywheel days, was to say, keep working the playbook. Keep working the playbook. That's changed for us over the last couple of weeks. And Nick, define how it's changed. We used to just say, keep working the playbook, and we left it there. Now, what are we doing?
Well, I mean, we would look at, we wouldn't just necessarily say like, just keep working the playbook, keep working the playbook. We would try to find in that session, and this is in a consulting session, right? We would try to find where they went wrong. And on the spot, we'd usually be able to figure out what that was through discussion, and say, go back at it, don't do that. But then, what would happen, right? Next session would happen. It's like, I'm still not getting it. I'm still not getting traction with that tactic, and then we'd do it again, and then it would happen again. And so you can't just leave, you can't just leave these people stalled and stuck. And I mean, Taylor, Sinople, or TS and TE, right?
Nomenclature.
And we should say that for everybody that, you haven't seen these guys before, these are two other, high-level members of the marketing team, okay? And at Art Storefronts, all right? So we've got 4 Art Storefronts team members here. And so for you guys, in our private messaging system, Slack, right, where we're talking, you guys must be just like, what is Nick doing? I'm talking about this one customer, and I won't let up on it. Like all last night and then this morning, and I come onto the session today, and I taught a part of the session because it was that important to me over one guy, right? But there's a reason there. This one photographer, right? He's been working at it hard. He's come into the consulting sessions every single time. He's not like a lot of people, in the art industry, which, they just think that fish are going to jump in their boat and they're not willing to work at it. He's willing to work at it. He has demonstrated that, but he got stuck and he needed help. And I know for everyone that's like that, I know there's 100 more people that are like that as well, and we cannot let them get stuck on things that are very important, like lead generation, for example, but coming back to the flywheel, what this all means is that, the customer success, right, all across the board from all of our members, their success is where everything originates for us, okay? It is the foundation, it's the epicenter, it's ground zero, whatever you want to call it, right? Everything starts there with us at Art Storefronts, and then it works backwards. And I don't want to, like you said, I don't want to like toot our horn or make this all about us, because I think the lesson here for all of you artists and photographers, and I cannot stress this enough. It is such an important lesson that I've, learned over a 20+ year entrepreneurial career. And it's very easy to get sidetracked on this, but at the end of the day, your customer's success matters more than anything. And success to you guys is your art buyers, getting great value, great satisfaction from hanging your art on their wall, right? They look at it every day and it inspires them. It makes them feel great. They have a cocktail party. They want to talk about it. They want to talk about you. They've got this connection to you. You're making their life better at the end of the day. You're being useful. You're adding value to them, right? And so that's your definition of customer success. That's your foundation and your epicenter. But what happens so often is that, we get sidetracked and our mind tends to think top down, when we're running our businesses. And that means like, you're like, what tactics should I do? What should I do here? I just want to do that. Like, what's my email open rate? How many people are unsubscribed? You get caught up in all these different things and you forget at the end of the day that there's really only one metric that matters. And it's your customer happiness, your customer success. That's your flywheel. That is the catalyst of your flywheel. The catalyst for our flywheel is actual artists making sales, building their own business, like artist success, right? And from that, everything happens in our company. Without it, it's over. It's over. The whole thing is toast, right? So,
and there's as much to do with the ones that get it right away as the ones that take a little bit longer to get the marketing technique and get the tactic. And Taylor, TS, I'm going to start with you. T, you're newer. We'll go to you second. Taylor, you've taught multiple playbooks like I have, right? And when we say teach, we should give it some teeth and define it, right? Like walking through step by step, sometimes in real time, actually doing the thing that we're teaching, saying, here's how it goes. Here's how easy it is. Knowing what you know now and seeing the certain people struggling, what would you say your biggest takeaway is from the new system that we're on?
Yeah, so it's like the 2.0 concept is fairly new to us. So in the past, we put a playbook together And we tell everyone, do it. Time would go by, months would go by. Maybe it's been a year. Maybe it's time to look at that old playbook. Maybe there's something to update there. Now, over the past few months, we hit publish, and then it is just like, when can 2.0 come out of that exact playbook? Is it ready yet? 2.0 is the actual real world results. So we're putting it up. Anyone that wants to run with it, this is a kind of our latest study on some tactics you should be doing. But tell us immediately how it worked and what didn't work and what did, because 2.0 is going to be even better, and then 3.0. So this iterative process where everything we're doing is shaped by real world success can be passed directly into how artists market by, again, not assuming you're going to get it in one and reevaluate in a year, but create that flywheel where you're chasing what is actually working, not what you think should work. And I think that's a big difference between the funnel model and the flywheel model, is that the flywheel is all about listening and not so much putting your flag in what's going to happen based on your assumption. It is just listening to your customer success, what is delighting people, thrilling your collectors, and then making that the starting point from then on, your 2.0, so to speak.
Okay, and you're up next, T, and I'm going to tee you up. But it's so funny to hear what Taylor said there for me, because we've worked together for like 5 years now, right? And I would say almost very close to the point where we pivoted this thing to having these sessions, both for non-customers and customers, and talking to hundreds of artists a week. It's like we used to design our marketing message on what we thought was best with no damn input from the customer. Now, where are we? All we're getting is input from the customer. It's completely changing everything. We taught the thing today. We did a course correction today. Now there's 4 of us sitting here talking about it live, which is just sort of crazy. So TE, you're relatively new to this entire thing. Your impressions on the flywheel, your impressions on the system as it pertains to creating a playbook, teaching a playbook. You've been with us for a couple of weeks now. You've seen already 500 artists and photographer questions and answers. Look at the refs and sets you've gotten already in 2 weeks. What are your initial impressions on that system, on that core, and how we can make it better?
Yeah, no, I mean, just to add on what everyone said here, I think we figured out marketing. I think we're done. I think the secret of how to do great marketing and how to do it for a long time, we figured it out. Because just identifying and approaching it from this angle, from like, let's get everyone's opinion, let's get everyone who's using the product in and tell us what they're struggling with, where they found success with, and then really kind of poke holes in that, will then inform us on ultimately what we want to do, which is make them successful. So just coming in and being able to be like receiving information that will create content instead of, like you said, pushing it, is just going to make us do 2 things: grow our business by helping them grow their business. So in terms of that, I think it's just a phenomenal way to approach it, that customer-centric mindset. In terms of way to improve it, I would say just variety in the content. So our business mornings has just been you and Nick most of the time. But now, like, we have 4 people. Maybe next time we'll have 3 people. Maybe next time we'll have 2 people and a guest. So I think it's, once you figured out this model of like, what is everyone talking about? What is the problem everyone wants to solve? And then, how do people best learn this stuff? Is it workshops? Is it Instagram Live? Is it webinar? Is it, a blog post series that they subscribe to? I don't know. I think that the next step after you understand sort of how to approach it, the engine, is a distribution point. So I'm excited to really get into that and continue to help our customers.
It could be the art business tailors.
Yeah.
A nice ring to it. It's got a nice ring to it. You guys can hash some things out from a different side.
Yeah, we'll take Tuesday, Thursday to complete the alliteration. So
yeah. Oh, perfect. That's right. Then we'll move to Monday, Wednesday, Friday. No, but big picture, I think it's really, really exciting. And we talk about all the various different mantras, and on the previous iteration of the show, which was on Tuesday, which was technically also the art business afternoons. It's been a tough week. No judging. Has been the validation point, right? And so you get the playbook. It's really good marketing. Certain ones it just works for right away, and there's various different circumstances. For the ones that are struggling, it could be that they don't have the grasp of the playbook, or it could be they've not well and truly validated their art. Whereas before, it might have taken us 9 months to get there. Now we're getting there in 2 weeks. And we're instantaneously getting in, and we're saying, okay, if you are doing the marketing consistently, how long have you been doing it for? Okay, what do the sales look like? Okay, well, if the sales are not there, then we've got another problem to solve, which is the validation is not well and truly there. And let me just tell you, this is not a haven't sold anything exclusive problem. This could be like, yeah, I've been at it for 6 months, but I've only sold $1,500 worth of stuff. Well, if you've been at something for 6 months and you've only made $1,500, we got a problem there too, don't we? We got to fix that too, right? So I don't know. I just feel like we have reached, as a result of doing this video, okay, and talking to our customers and being this close, which, by the way, is as available to us as a business as it is to you guys. It's why we're pounding the live art shows. It's why we're pounding the flash sales. It's why the minimum viable audience for you to do art, merchandising, selling, talking about your stuff is 1-to-1. The learnings that are coming out of this are 3,000% faster than we've ever been, period. I mean, it's just changing everything. So,
and
times.
That is the main point right there, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing that, like, all of you artists and photographers out there, you can have those same learnings for your own business, right? Your own content. You're wondering what price point you should have or what niche you should go into, or, you know, you're painting this and you're painting that and you're not sure which one to focus on. You just get to market and you get closer to your customer, right? The famous saying, which is like, this is a mantra internally at Art Storefronts, right? He or she who is closest to their customer wins. He or she who is closest to their customer wins, right? And that is just, it's such a great thing to have in your head, right? Like, for yourself. So if I were you, I would be talking to as many people on my email list as possible. I would be engaging as much as possible with whoever wants to talk to me, right? Whoever's willing, you know, welcoming people on my email list.
Video chats or
doing video chats, commenting, bringing people on, you know, anybody that's interested, you know, and like getting them on a Zoom call if they're really interested in potentially buying something. You can't, like, the market, you guys, your audience, that is the truth. That is the only truth you're ever going to get, okay? You're going to read blog posts. You're going to listen to podcasts. You're going to hear all sorts of nonsense out there. You're going to, you know, you got articles coming at you every day from the news. All these inputs, we call them inputs, right?
Yeah.
It's all just a bunch of whatever. Like, you don't know where the truth is in all of that. The only truth you have is your customer or your potential customer, in other words, a lead, who is giving you real information right back at you. And when you're live like we are, or when you're talking to customers, like when we do our workshops, all we're doing is accelerating, like, the volume of conversations that we can have with our leads and our customers, right? And, like, that's why it's like we're addicted to it, you know? I mean, we really are, because you just want the truth at the end of the day, right? You don't want to sit around and waste your time. And you will waste your time on niches and things that don't matter, you know, with wrong information, when the information is, like, you'd be shocked. If you really could just talk to like 10 of your people on your email list by phone, you might save a year or 2 years of time.
Just tell me honestly, Nick or Taylor, what do you think of this niche? Would you ever buy anything like this? No, you don't like it. Okay. Can I show you 3 other ones and tell me what you think? Like,
exactly.
Like getting that feedback, and contrast getting the feedback that way with 6 months of trying to build your Facebook page and 6 months of emailing and 6 months of Instagram posts. And I'm not getting that much traffic. I'm not getting that much interaction. You could have done it in 48 hours.
And I think this is a great place to bring in the Taylors on this. The Taylors, this is getting good. This is a good place to bring in the Taylors as, like, you know, both of you with a lot of experience in marketing, you know? I think any experienced marketer will resonate with this, right? Like, how often are people just sitting behind a computer, right? Like, communicating digitally, not like, that's not enough. It's not enough. Just communicating digitally. And, like, you know, what's the first thing that most people, I'll send out a survey, right? Let's send out a survey. Let's figure out what our customers think about this, or what our prospects think about this. And it's like, yeah, you'll get some information, but it's not the same. It's not even close, you know? And I think when you've been working in a business long enough, or in a trade long enough, when you start talking to your customers, you know, and you find out exactly what it is that resonates with them, you know, you really truncate that time period dramatically.
Yeah. And
yep. What I always say too is to notice when you're looking into a crystal ball and go ahead and smash it. Just go ahead and smash it. You do not need to be looking into a crystal ball. That is not how smart marketing is going to be done. It's not predictive. It's going to be reflective. Stop predicting, stop looking forward, wondering, creating things off predictions. Instead, do some stuff, go out there, do some stuff, and then reflect on what you just did. That is what all of our marketing at Art Storefronts is about internally. We are looking back last week, last month. What does that say about what we should do next week and next month? So I think artists in particular have a tendency to get behind the crystal ball for far too long when they can be out there digitally or in real life out there getting that information that they need to reflect on to make smart decisions.
Yeah, and I think another point on this is just the enemy of done is perfection, right? I think artists start to apply this mindset to their marketing and to asking their customers what they think about work. It's not something you send quarterly. You don't send one survey. If you look at the really elite brands out there, if you look at Apple, if you look at ESPN, if you look at any of these elite brands, they're asking their customers stuff all the time. They're asking Facebook, like, what was the quality of that video call? What was the quality of your experience with the ads manager, right? So if you're an artist, it's like, it takes less than 60 seconds to set up a poll on your IG story, right? So putting 2 prints on your IG story and saying which style you prefer, A or B, you can be doing this weekly. You can be doing this daily. So it's yes, you should be asking your customers their thoughts. You should also be asking a lot, because that's what we do. And we do what we preach, and we eat our own dog food. And yeah, it's just about reps and sets, just doing it more and more.
Yeah, for artists,
if you know that this is the fuel for your flywheel to start the whole flywheel, right? Then you should prioritize it. Like, that's gonna really, it's the fuel to the flywheel is essentially the engine of your business. Like, just look at it that way, right? If that's what it is, don't you want more fuel in there? Right? Like, and as much of it as you can, because then it's going to go boom, 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 boom. But otherwise, what is your flywheel doing? Right? Like, it's kind of just sitting there. And that's when your business feels like you're pushing a cart up a hill,
Sisyphus.
You're just guessing. You're guessing all the time, right? You're guessing all the time. I mean, how often, look, the only reason that I can talk about this, or that we can talk about this, is because we've done it before a lot. Yeah. Like, how many hours and years I've wasted entrepreneurially making guesses. Eventually, it's like, I got to stop. I got to go talk to 100 customers. Yeah. Like, I just have to now. And then you do it. And you get, like, I remember there was one time that I did this, like, many years back. It was probably 13 or 14 years ago. And I just said, forget it. Right? Like, after all these failed experiments of, like, trying to figure out, like, what was going to resonate with my audience, I was like, I'm going to go talk to, like, 50 or 100 customers or 100 prospects. Right. And I did it. I did it, like, in 3 days. I was floored. I mean, like, life-changing, because in a matter of 3 days, like, I had looked at my last, like, 3 years of guessing and just went, what a waste of time. Pat, can you, like, do you not agree? I know you've done this too.
Massively so. And you know what's so funny is that one of our earliest lessons, so TETS, you probably didn't know this, but we'll tell you. So Nick and I's first business, we started a clothing company at the tail end of high school, early college. And one of our earliest mentors, we met this guy outside of, like, a fabric place. You met him. I wasn't even there when we met him. You were getting a jacket made outside of, like,
I don't even remember,
in LA. And he came up and he's like, let me help you get a jacket made. This guy ended up being a mentor to us both. Incredibly what he taught us. He would drive us to Melrose. Okay. And Melrose in LA is, like, a huge shopping district, or it was back then. Things have sort of changed and moved where it's cool in LA. And he would walk in to all the hot clothing stores and he'd go, watch this. And he would walk up to every single solitary sales associate and he would go, what's the best selling stuff in here right now? What's really moving? What can't you keep in stock? Can you show me? Show me the pieces. And he'd be like, okay. And he goes, pull us out. And he goes, did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? He goes, let's go to the next one. We go into the next one, walk right up to the sales associate. Hey, what's the best selling stuff you have in here right now? T-shirts. Okay. What about denim? Oh, really? Who's buying that? How well is that selling? And in one day, I'm not kidding, we hit 16 stores. And then we go back and he has all of this in his head. And you know what we did? We promptly forgot it for the next 15 years of our lives. And we should have gone back to it, right? So, what's so interesting is that we had the conversation, Nick and I, on Tuesday about validating your art and the concept of when to pivot. And we're like, instantaneously, we have to get a playbook going. So number one, I'm teasing that. Number two, our goal, our job is to give you as many resources to be able to validate what the next best direction is for your business. And guess what? This is insanely important if you've not sold enough. It's even more important for everyone that is selling well and contemplating a new direction or a new show. And TE just gave you a perfect example. Like, you could be pulling Instagram with every single solitary story, A or B, A or B, which one do you like better? And then recycling the polls. So we're going to be building one of these things up very soon, and it's going to be fire, and it's going to teach you, tactically speaking. Obviously, we're not going to give the whole store away. It's going to be for our customers because we're tyrannical like that. But we are going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it again. So I'm starting to get really excited about this. And it's like, we come on here with no agenda on no show, and we just start talking things through, and like good stuff bubbles up every time. TS, you had another point to make. You got cut off. What was it?
Yeah, along those lines, what happens when someone joins your mailing list is an important question. First, do you have a mailing list? That's a whole different discussion. Yeah, if you do, what happens when someone joins it? Nothing, or a thank you message? Is that an opportunity? Of course it is, and we have a lot of advice for that for our members, but that's another little hint for you. Are you taking advantage of that opportunity to meet that person, to get some information from them that can change everything for your business?
You know, the analogy I give, and it's an important one because we're talking about it, and Gretchen's just like, you know, the pivoting thing has been on my mind. The pivoting thing, you know, whether to do it or not, and we'll get more into the definitions, is as important for the person that sold nothing, that sold 100 different things. And no one is saying, like, the analogy I have in my head, and it's a little bit tawdry, its origins, but you have to think like a monkey. Okay, you know what a monkey does, unless it's like those ones that really truly fly. They don't ever let go of the branch that they have with their left hand until they get a hold of the branch they have in the right hand, right? So no one's saying quit your business, stop. All I'm saying is you can have your left hand on this branch and then reach over there and grab the one on the right. If it's not sturdier and more stable than the one you have on the left, then you swing to the next one, right? And you swing to the next one until you get one you're like, whoa, this is the new one. And then you swing over there. And that's just good business. I mean, we're doing it right now. I don't know if the 4 people on a Zoom call on the Art Business Mornings here, which are really in the afternoon this time, is going to be a hit or not, but I'm swinging over there. I'm giving it a shot. I'm trying it out. We'll see what the comments look like. You know, otherwise you two Taylors are running your own show. Okay. Come up with your own graphics. Okay. You know how hard that is to do. So we'll see, but it's coming.
We're kind of switching topics a little bit here, but I think this is a good one because, you know, how many people out there right now, like, are you wondering whether you have the right content? You know what I mean? You have the right subject matter that, or you've been making sales for a while and, you know, you're thinking about launching something new. Gretchen, and for all of you, Gretchen's on YouTube right now. She's an Art Storefronts member, and we see she's dropped a comment on here, and that's what we're addressing. But Gretchen, I wrote the playbook this morning. Okay. I wrote the whole outline for the playbook this morning. That's how much this is on my mind. And it's not so much of it's for pivoting. And a pivot is when you decide, like, you know, in the art world, we'll just talk about it in the art world, is like you've been trying to sell a certain type of subject matter and it's just not working. It's not getting traction. And you pivot to another type of subject matter, right? Now, this has been a very successful strategy, right, for artists and photographers over the years. And we have talked about this quite a bit. Some of our best-selling artists and photographers, and I mean that people who are doing over 100,000 plus a year, right, pivoted. They ultimately pivoted, right? They were struggling. They're just hitting against that wall, and then they pivoted, and it was like they went from being like a tugboat to a smooth sailor. You know, that's what it feels like. You know, when that happens.
Yep.
And because you give yourself the opportunity to move to something, you know, that's just has wider appeal, you know, and it resonates with more people. More often than not, artists and photographers start with something that is probably, like, you know, narrowly defined. And what you don't realize is how easy it is to switch to something else. Now, right when I say that, I know what everybody's thinking. I know what, you know, everybody's thinking on here is like, well, what is that next one? It's got to be the perfect next thing. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Because you can test it out and try it next week.
Zero risk.
This weekend.
Zero risk.
Zero risk. Zero time. You're not changing your whole website. Okay. You're not changing anything. You can do this low friction. And so, Gretchen, what you'll find the most interesting is that Bill Stidham, one of our most successful artists on the platform, right? He actually did it like 2 weeks ago, and he didn't do it intentionally. He's not trying to pivot, right? What he did was he tried a brand new piece of content that is totally outside of the box of what he normally offers, completely outside of the box, okay? And he ran a flash sale, followed our whole playbook, and on that flash sale, he sold the original on the spot for like $3,000 or $4,000. Okay, like it was gone. Multiple people were asking for it. They wanted to buy it. He could only sell it to one of them, and he got more engagement and interest than ever before. And he came back, and I talked to him, and he said, "I have never ever." And this guy sells really well. Okay, he said, "I've never seen this type of response from an image I've ever released, a painting I've ever released in my entire life." He's like, "We need to do something about this. I need your guys' advice. How do I market this? How do I expand this and all this stuff?" And it was just because he painted one new painting. That was it.
Yep.
That was it. He did one new painting and he went out there and he marketed it, and that was it, right? And so you can see how easy it is to just iterate slowly, right? With almost no investment, keep it very simple, and find your way towards the best product that you can offer to the world.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do we
Reflective.
have? Go ahead.
Reflective, not predictive. He didn't say, okay, I've got the idea for the piece. Now, how do I get the website for the piece? The new brand, I can't keep calling myself Bill Stidham. I need a new name for this new brand I'm creating. I can't just have one piece, a website with one piece. I need a series. So let's start doing this new collection. Months go by, right? That is predictive operating. He made one piece and just showed people. Turns out they liked it. Reflective, now he's got a direction. They didn't like it. He made one piece, on to the next one.
Yeah. So what if his business, is like 100K plus a year business? What if this new niche takes him to a 500K to $1 million a year business? It's fascinating, And he doesn't have to go all in. He doesn't have to make this huge decision, right? Like I'm going to abandon the old and just do the new. It's like, no, start offering a little bit more. It worked, right? So if something works, pour a little bit more gas on it. Don't go all in, and then just build.
Amazing. Okay, announcements. We're running the non-customer, the art business workshops that we call them. Link anywhere you're getting this. Link in the podcast description. Link in YouTube. Link in Facebook. It's going to be tomorrow, 11 a.m. PST.
Yep, and exactly. And this is for non-Art Storefronts members. If you're not a customer, right, you get free art business consulting from. I got a point. It's always the opposite direction. I got to figure out how to get over to you. It's tomorrow, you guys, 11 a.m. Pacific, 1 Central, 2 Eastern, okay? For all of you non-members, bring your most pressing question. Taylor E, did we decide, are we going to focus on Facebook ads, or are we not?
Yes, 100%. Facebook optimization. Are you ready for social ads? How much should you be spending, initial budgets, and just, if that's honestly, that's not something you should even do. You should focus on other things like validating your art, like building the story behind your brand, all that sort of stuff. So great stuff for tomorrow. Check it out. 1 p.m. Central. It's always awesome on Fridays.
So Pat, we kind of talked about this a little bit behind the scenes, but like all of you out there, artists and photographers, this is for non-Art Storefronts members, right? We're going to talk high level about Facebook ads, like boosting posts, when should you do it? Should you do it? Okay. Number 2, like Facebook ads. When should you do it? Like, are you a candidate for it? Not everybody is. Not everybody is. I know everybody's thinking about it, but not everybody's a candidate. The difference between warm and cold. We're going to speak about it just from a high level. All right. So if you're interested, if you've thought about like, should I be buying ads on Facebook? Should I be buying ads on Instagram? All that type of stuff. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. So go to that session. Don't miss it, because you can get on the Zoom call and ask questions to the people you're looking at right here, right? 1 or 2 or 3 will be on there to answer all of these questions. I'm planning on being there. Okay. I'm the CEO of Art Storefronts. If you don't know who I am, I'm planning on being there because you know what? Buying ads, it's a very important topic. I've got a lot of experience in it, and I've got some strong opinions on it because I don't like people wasting money. When you start getting into the burning money, you know, let me just tell you, you can, if you want to burn money, start buying advertising. You will burn a lot of money. And so if you're not ready for it, you know, and most of you are not. So that's the most important point. I don't care what your sales are. Most of you are not ready yet. Okay. So it's really good to know when you are ready for ads, and when you are ready, how do you approach it? There's a very specific thing that you should do first, right? Before you do other things, right? So, you want to make sure that you're doing that so that you can have the most success up front. So we're going to talk about this from a high level. We're obviously not going to get into like detailed tactical. That's for our members only. But on the whole, we can stop you from wasting money, right? And if there's one thing that I see all the time, people are asking us about Facebook ads that are not Art Storefronts members. They're already burning money on it. I've already tried this, I've tried this, and I'm spending money on Instagram ads, and I tried the boosting posts and stuff like that. Just stop and come to the session.
Boom. Links everywhere to find it in the description, all over the place. Other than that, do we have a sale going?
Yeah, we do. We do, guys. Like anybody else that's been following Art Storefronts for a bit, our summer sale, which we extended out of August, is ending. Okay, you got a week and a half. It's September 17th. It's ending at the end of the month. All right, you can save big on joining Art Storefronts. Don't miss out on it if you've been, you know, kind of looking, you know, waiting around and looking to take your art business to the next level, or you've been affected by the pandemic, whatever it is, right? So if you're interested in taking advantage of that, or you're interested in just learning more what the details are about, you know, what we do, the pricing, all the different features, your next step is to request a demo. Okay. When you request a demo, one of our team members on our outreach team is going to reach out to you and take a look at your art, learn about you and your goals and what you're looking to do. And then they can show you everything. Like we have a gazillion features, you know, with our website software, as well as like the art business consulting, and how we help you get more leads and more traffic and things like that. So they'll go over all of that with you in detail. And then, you know, of course, if you want to take advantage of the summer special, you can do that. So again, you know, if you're at that point and you want to learn more, just go ahead and request a demo. There's a link in the post, regardless of what you're on. If you're on Instagram, we're not on Instagram right now. So there's a link in the post, YouTube, Facebook. Yeah, there's always a button in the upper right-hand corner of our website too that just says request a demo, a big orange button. So just click on that and we'll get in touch.
Huge thank you to TETS, First Art Business Mornings. We look forward to Art Business Tailors coming soon to a live stream near you. On that note, thanks for listening. And as always,
well done, boys. Thank you.